I boarded the bus to Athens believing that I could leave the Greek mainland today. Turned out that was a wishful thinking only. I don't see the logic behind the Greek rail network, which is unique in this regard. In the absence of adequate information, I have to rely on my intuition only. I finally reached Piraeus late in the afternoon, but the next boat to the island of Samos doesn't leave until the following afternoon. I never had a problem with the long wait or the vigil. Crowds of passengers leave the port of Piraeus early in the morning, but I have to wait until early afternoon for my boat. My fellow passengers do the same. My ferry is ready to leave. Eventually, I am leaving the mainland, Greece.
Η χρήση προστατευτικής μάσκας είναι υποχρεωτική καθ' όλη τη διάρκεια του ταξιδιού σε όλους τους εσωτερικούς χώρους του πλοίου. Σας ευχαριστούμε. Καλό ταξίδι!
Dear passengers, the use of the protective mask is mandatory for the duration of the trip in all indoor areas of the vessel. Thank you. Enjoy your trip.
Χορεύετε καθ' όλη τη διάρκεια του ταξιδιού.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. For safety reasons, access to the garage is prohibited throughout the duration of the trip.
The journey takes at least 10 hours. The final destination is Samos. The ferry leaves the port an hour and a half after I board. As I see now, a peaceful and uneventful journey awaits me. As I mentioned before, I fell in love with the waves of sea. They affect me more than the majestic giants, the mountains. I feel like I was born for sea, as if this has always been my home, and every time I go to sea, I arrive home.
Τελικό προορισμό το λιμάνι της Σύρου, όπως μεταβούν στα οχήματά τους. Ευχαριστούμε. Your attention please, only the drivers of the vehicles whose final destination is the port of Syros are kindly requested to proceed to the garages. Thank you.
Passengers traveling with vehicles are kindly requested to proceed to the garages. Passengers traveling without a vehicle are requested to disembark through the rear staircases. We thank you for traveling with Blue Star Ferries, and we look forward to welcoming you again on board one of our vessels.
Το πλοίο έφτασε στο λιμάνι της Μυκόνου. Οι επιβάτες με οχήματα παρέα μας.
We have now reached the port of Mykonos. Passengers.
The ferry reaches Samos at 3 in the morning. Firstly, the foot passengers like me are requested to leave. Samos is a completely different world from the Greek mainland. I got under the effect of its relaxing and charming atmosphere right away without seeing anything from it. At first I decided to wait for the morning at the port. However, the harbor became completely empty within half an hour. I finally decided to go around the bay and walk into Vathi. I wasn't very rested after 2 nights of staying awake, but I still enjoyed walking alone at dawn. In the morning, the town slowly restarts. Now that the sun is walking high enough and warming up, I take a walk on the quasi. I walk back to the drop-off point again, thinking that I could buy a ferry ticket to Turkey there. As it turned out, the office does not sell ferry tickets on that site anymore. Thus I headed back downtown. The island is tiny, the paradise of trekkers. I am convinced that only those places can be so idyllic, where nature does not allow society to grow too large. Only Mother Nature can set boundaries for human megalomania. Later, in the Zanskar Valley in Ladakh, this conviction only grew stronger. Samos is at the gate of Asia. But the last ferry of the year to Turkey leaves at late October. The journey is not too long, but the boat won't arrive before sunset. Now we have another chance to enjoy the peaceful waves of the Aegean Sea. Another and last. At first I wanted to enjoy the voyage close to the waves. I soon realized this is a silly idea once the waves began to cover me. Maybe one day I will return to Samos, maybe on board my own sailboat. The shores of the island are constantly moving away, but it will take a long time until they completely disappear on the horizon. The sun disappeared on the horizon, as the island of Samos will soon. Before enter, we have to pass the border control. I take a last look at the ferry which had taken us over. The queue moves slowly but gradually. Welcome to Turkey. My maritime voyage ends here, but another one will be started. The transcontinental. But that's a whole different story. Now I say goodbye with an images of evening atmosphere.